About 6 years ago, I reviewed my first electric skateboard on this channel. That was a Maxfind Max 2, and it was a revolutionary shortboard. And since then, Maxfind basically has been releasing a lot of longboards, but not any proper shortboard. Well, that is till now. Hey, what's up? I'm Gabby from Ray Studios. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, give this video thumbs up and all that stuff, so I'll get more views and more money. But yeah, this is gonna be the Maxfind Cyber Mini X Pro. I guess that's the whole name. But yeah, before I go ahead and start reviewing this, let me first show you a quick unboxing. As is usual with Maxfind boards, taking the bottom of the box is come from the top, not from the sides. Inside of it, we have these really nice boxes that I'm accustomed with Maxfind that I actually like, and in it have everything you need. There are some Allen wrenches, a T2, a Type-C cable to charge your remote, a charger for the electric skateboard, a few stickers, and of course the remote itself. Okay, so let's quickly talk about the design, and there is a lot to talk about. Usually on all my electric skateboard videos, I do talk about the design at the very beginning before I even ride it, so it doesn't get dirty. So when I kind of show you around, you don't see a dirty electric skateboard. But in this particular case, well, I already ride it a lot, so it is indeed very dirty, and I apologize for that. So I guess the board will look a lot nicer if it's not dirty. But first things first is like the plastic they use here. It kind of looks like carbon fiber, but they weren't like trying to imitate carbon fiber. It's just like a different style that looks classy, looks nice. Maxfind have been using plastic for a really long time, and the plastic they use, it is really high quality. So it's not something that you see like, oh, plastic, that's not good. No, in this case it's actually good. And in some of the previous models like the Maxfind Max 6 and Max 5, that plastic actually helped reduce vibrations while riding. So we do have here the ESC. We have a different kind of design with some QR codes. And here on the side, we have the power button and the charging port. And then here we have light strips for ambient lighting with LEDs. I'm gonna show you that a little bit later. And here at the front, we have this grip tape. As you can see, I can pass my hand around with confidence and not getting hurt. If I do that with any other electric skateboard, I would be bleeding now. So here is fine, it's very easy to clean it. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm doing right now, because it's a little bit dirty. One thing that Maxfind have done with this particular electric skateboard is that they release all of the shortboards at the same time. So they have the Cyber Mini Fly or Cyber Mini Air, which is the one that have a 99 watt-hour battery and you can take it on an airplane. And then they have another one which is basically with a bigger battery but will have motors. And then this one is basically top of the line. It's a belt drive system, big motors, very big battery. It's the best shortboard you can buy from Maxfind, and when it comes to specs, it's one of the best shortboards you can buy, period. So the way they identify the different models, because they all look the same, is just by colors. So the base model is kind of like black and gray, and then the mid model is black and white, and this one is like black, white, and red. In my personal opinion, it's a little bit over the top, a bit too much colors. Usually Maxfind have excellent design language. Their marketing and the design go hand in hand. They're very good. I think this time they overdo it a little bit, but yeah, I don't know, some people like that very sporty kind of looking board. One thing that I want to remark before I talk about the riding experience is here the tracks is also red and black. We do have a nose guard that is kind of flexible. You can see the movement there. And I'm gonna show you really up close here. You can see how they are like track racers. The design of the board itself is kind of like a track racer. So that makes the center of gravity a little bit high. Let me show you here on the back. By the way, I can show you not only the track racers and the design, how it goes, but we can also see a braking pack, and also we have lights on the back now. And another thing that I want to remark here is how the motors have covers, and those covers have these reflectors here, so you are more visible at night. One thing that I want to talk about this very quickly is it's very easy to pick it up off the floor. It's probably the easiest electric skateboard to pick up from the floor. You just step on the tail, the board just gone up without even making noise. Never seen anything like it before. Another thing that we need to talk about are the wheels. And I guess it's time for me to start talking about the riding experience overall. And I'm now gonna start to break down the different design elements as a performance point of view, not just as an aesthetic. In this case, we're gonna talk about the performance design. So I think there is a bit of conflicting views from my part because I like shortboards, but I consider shortboards to be lighter and whenever possible to have a lower center of gravity. This is not the case. This is a heavy shortboard with a very high center of gravity. It is also very powerful and very rangy, but who want to ride long time on a shortboard? So I did somewhere around 15 kilometers. I only dropped 2 bars. I'm assuming I can easily get 30, 35 kilometers. They claim like more than 40. I mean, some people will have maybe more than 40. I mean, very, very possible if you are lighter than me. So I am 100 kilograms. I'm a very heavy rider and I ride very aggressive. So me getting 30, 35 on a shortboard is incredible, but yet again, it's tough to ride 30 kilometers on a shortboard. You get tired. The wheels are massive. They feel hard. I can feel every vibration while riding on this electric skateboard. So yeah, and they have these holes. I actually have the holes in the inside as well on the hub. I don't know if you can see it there. There are holes on both sides. I was thinking that this wheel will be very soft, but they're not. And they're 97 millimeters in diameter, which is kind of big for a shortboard. I mean, I will use these wheels maybe on a longboard, most likely on an 80 board, like a 2-in-1 80 board. I like to use the smaller wheels whenever possible, but for a shortboard, these wheels are big. And if you think I'm gonna put these big wheels because the place where I ride, the roads are very bad, like basically a lot of cracks on the roads, and these big wheels are gonna make it softer. No, that's not the case. I can feel every single vibration. It kind of reminds me of the original Maxfind Max 2 back in the day, the first kind of like a mainstream shortboard. So it's not particularly comfortable riding over bad terrain, but obviously the wheels can go over bigger obstacles. And one thing very important about these wheels that I was a little bit afraid to test it, but eventually I have to. I ride over wet roads, so there are some puddles, the wheels got totally wet. I slammed the brakes and I was expecting to literally fly off the board. That didn't happen. Actually, they're very grippy. So that's a good thing because usually with most electric skateboard wheels, if the roads are wet, that's it, you're done. You're basically hitting the ground. In this particular case, no, not at all. They're very, very grippy, even on wet roads. Obviously, they're very grippy on dry roads. So yeah, they feel very safe. This grip tail, like I mentioned before, it is very soft, but it's also not as grippy as traditional sandpaper, like what most other electric skateboard companies use. And because this is a performance board, this is a board that can go very fast, well, I don't know, I don't feel that confident when I can like literally just move my feet around on the skateboard. Yeah, not as grippy. Maybe I need to get used to this, especially because this board is fast, so you can pick up a speed. You have like a top end speed of like 50 kilometers per hour. It is quite stable, but it's not that nimble. I mean, you expect a shortboard to be nimble, but this is not the case with this one. It is a bit heavy. If you try to use the kicktail to navigate around, like I say, heavy. And on top of that, the tracks came very tight from out of the factory. But when I loosen them, I realized why they came tight, because if you loosen too much, you get wheel bites. So the deck is touching the wheel. That's not good. Also, even if I had the tracks a little bit adjusted, a little bit tight, even if the deck doesn't touch the wheel, my feet does. So if I don't have my feet exactly in the center, if I have my feet a little bit off center, my feet might touch the wheel a little bit. I mean, I didn't fall or anything, but it's something that you want to keep in mind, especially because I don't have particularly big feet. My size is 43. I believe in America that's a size 9. So people who have bigger feet, well, they're definitely going to be touching the wheels all the time. Maybe. I guess, I don't know. Unless you keep your feet exactly in the middle of the deck. When it comes to acceleration and the overall performance, we do have big motors I put all the specs here on the screen, so you get all the numbers because I have bad memory. So I'm not gonna be memorizing all the numbers, especially when there are so many boards. So I put the specs for all the boards, and you can read all these numbers by yourself. But it does have big motors, a big battery. Overall, the board felt very fast with good acceleration, very good top end speed. The brakings are very smooth. I wish for a little bit more braking, especially so I can brake traction and do slides. But with these wheels, that's not the case. It's difficult to do a power slide or brake traction. I think this board will definitely benefit from smaller wheels. Even so, you're sacrificing grip because these wheels are so grippy. That's something that I like. But I will definitely put smaller wheels. So you lower the center of gravity, you're gonna get better acceleration, especially when going uphill. So when going uphill, it's still going up, but it does slow down a little bit. In the flat, it's just very fast all the time. Going up, slows down a little bit. Often I say, please keep in mind, I'm a very heavy rider. I'm maybe twice as heavy as some other people, right? 100 kilos with my backpack and maybe 110 kilos. That is like 230 pounds and a big rider. So the good thing about it is that it's fast, very, very rangy, and very grippy on the wheel, at least. The grip tape, not so much. They also have these holes here, and you can actually put a handle. They are light, so there is braking light that makes the whole riding experience at night a lot safer. There is also ambient lights, and the ambient lights, they're kind of cool. I like to use them at night, especially because compared to other boards now that they also have lights, maybe they're not as cool. They're not the lights that go all around, but they do not use too much battery. So that's something to keep in mind. So the light that kind of reflects a little bit on the ground, and they're like more gentle, but yeah, they're nice nonetheless. One thing I want to show you quickly is here the remote control. So this is a Hobbywing ESC electric skateboard. We do have a Hobbywing remote control, but this is the Maxfind design. They have this kind of cutout for the finger that is quite comfortable. They have the wheel. The wheel action is pretty smooth. It has motor detection, so when you turn on the remote control, the board goes on. By the way, take a listen. Sounds good, right? You can see that this board have some power. We have 4 speeds, and the speed basically, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna check it right now. In the first gear, 15 kilometers per hour. Second gear, 25. Third gear, 35. Fourth gear, and final. Woo! It's showing me 55 kilometers per hour. I think it's gonna be hard to get that 55 when you're riding it. It's probably gonna be more like 50, but still, that is so fast for an electric shortboard. Really fast. There is this new material they use for the plastic. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like you have a sparkles. It looks like you just came out of like a strip club. You have all this glitter. Like you can barely see it, but it looks like glitter on your remote. You have a little screen. We have information like the battery on the remote, battery on the board, the speed, the odometer, and the partial odometer. There is also one more thing that I want to mention before I sign out is we do have an app. This is the TUI app, and this allows you to change settings directly with your phone, so you don't need to go into the remote and it's kind of complicated. You just connect to your phone via Bluetooth, and then you can change settings really easy. You can, for example, if you change wheels, you can let the ESC skateboard know they have different wheel size. So that's quite convenient. The TUI app is really easy to use, very easy to connect as well. So yeah, that's an extra feature. So basically we have a lot of features because we have the Bluetooth app, we have a very distinctive grip, a very distinctive design, we have nose guard, we have a nice kicktail to navigate, we have ambient lights, braking lights, big battery, big powerful motors, very grippy wheels, and the cons will be that maybe it's not as nimble as I was expecting it to be, with a slightly higher center of gravity, and it's also kind of heavy. So you expect a shortboard to be light, but that is not the case with this one. And the other thing that I like is like it's so easy to pick it up, just stepping on that kicktail. Okay guys, you make your own conclusion. What do you think? It is a home run from Maxfind. What do you think about the design? What do you think about the specs? And most importantly, what do you think about the price? Talking about the price, $25 off using my discount code GABY. Just check in the description down below, use my link, use my discount code, you get $25 off. So you're saving a lot of money just from buying from my link and using my discount code. Okay guys, I think that is it. I want to make it a conversation. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Will you buy this board? Will you think it's one of the best electric shortboards out there? You're definitely making a good case for it. Okay, that is it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Adios amigos.